Hi, welcome to Snyder High School's virtual parent meeting for incoming ninth graders. We're so excited to get to be talking to you and explaining a few things about how the high school works for your incoming ninth grader. It may be hard to believe for some of you, but I'm joined here today with Miss Rosas and myself, which is Miss Pinkerton, and we are part of the counseling team here at the high school. We also have our principal of Mr. Shea Murphy. The two counselors are Emily Beaver and Chrissy Early, found in the SHS counseling office. So I'd like to start off by saying if you have any questions about the material you're about to see today, we're more than happy for you to contact us with any of those questions. So the first thing that we want to make sure everybody understands is we are so happy to have your kids come up here to the high school. When coming to the high school, there is a lot of options and it can be overwhelming. Our job is to come to you with solutions and help your child make decisions on what they might be most interested in to learn some new material on. So starting off, when you come to the high school, the guaranteed parts of it is that your kid, when they graduate from high school, should graduate with 26 credits, and it's basically what you see on the screen: 4 Englishes, 4 maths, 4 science, 3 social studies, 2 foreign languages, a fine art, a PE, and 7 elective credits that we generally get those electives from their area of interest, their program of study. So that is overall by the time they graduate high school. Once they come in the door as an incoming freshman, this is what a typical freshman schedule would look like. They're going to have an English, be it English 1 or honors. They're going to have a science, be it IPC or honors biology. Some sort of a principles class, which will be geared towards their program of study that they choose. A math, which can be Algebra 1 or honors Algebra 1. Some sort of PE or athletics. If they're not going to play a sport, then they will have to take care of that PE credit, and we generally do that their freshman year. World Geography is a social studies class. It's a really great class that most freshmen will be taking. A foreign language, which can be Spanish 1 or Spanish 2 if your student has already completed Spanish 1 at the junior high. And then an elective, which is an area of interest that maybe isn't required of them through their program of study, but it's something that they want to learn a little bit more about. Those programs of study that you see before you, we have them grouped together in different areas. In the arts and humanities area, we have art, which can be either non-digital, or it can be performance art, which is like band, choir, or theater. We also have debate, which is just as it sounds, debating topics, a debate team that travels and does contests. We have foreign language, which is the Spanish 1 and 2, but we also offer Spanish 3 and 4 if this is an area of interest for your student. And then we have social studies, which can be an area of interest for a student if they would like to maybe coach and teach social studies in the future. Under the business and industry area, we have animal science, applied agricultural engineering, automotive, carpentry, culinary arts, design and multimedia arts, digital communications, entrepreneur, oil and gas exploration, plant science, programming and software development, welding, and journalism. All of these are areas that they can earn certificates in, or just be able to make sure that they have a sequence of courses that help them be more desirable in the workforce or move on to college to expand their knowledge. The multidisciplinaries area is not one that a lot of students fall into. It's kind of the general one where it's about advanced academics, maybe if they're doing dual credit or career exploration. Most students fall under the other 4. Public service is healthcare therapeutic. If there's any part of nursing or medical fields that they're interested in, it falls under public service. Law enforcement and teaching and training are programs of study that are in this area. The STEM area is one that kind of overlaps some of the other areas and has a couple of different requirements to meet the criteria It's animal science, applied agricultural engineering, automotive, healthcare therapeutic, oil and gas exploration, plant science, programming and software development, and renewable energy. So at the end of this video, we will share a QR code that will specifically send you to a book. We'll also talk about how to get to it on the Snyder ISD website. This book was created by Mrs. Martin, and it is fantastic, explaining each one of these programs of studies in detail, what classes are offered to complete that program of study. Very informational. So we're going to revisit that when we come to the end of this presentation. Ms. Rosas?
So while your student is in high school, we wanted to showcase the different levels that they could achieve. We do have some programs that will come out with a certificate. We have some programs that will come out with an associate degree. So we really just want to showcase what those pay grades would look like. And as you can see, a high school diploma for an entry-level mechanic, you're going to look at about $29,000 a year average. But if they were to go through our TSTC Level 1 Automotive Technician, then you're jumping up to almost $37,000. If they wanted to take that a step further and finish their associate degree through TSTC, then they would be able to be up in the $50,000 range. And if they wanted to take that last step further, they could get their bachelor's and average $85,000. So you hear this word a lot, and people sometimes are scared by it, don't understand it. So we just want to explain to you exactly what is P-TECH. We talk about that Snyder is a P-TECH high school, and really it's a simple concept. P-TECH is Pathways in Technology for Early College High Schools. And so this means that we provide students grade 9 through 12 the opportunity to complete a course of study that combines high school and post-secondary courses. Within the 4 years, it enables the students to earn a high school diploma, an associate degree, a 2-year post-secondary certification, or an industry certification, and participate in our work-based learning. It also allows students to gain work experience through internships, apprenticeships, and other job training programs. We partner with Texas institutions of higher education, such as WTC and TSTC, and regional business and industries, giving our students access to post-secondary education and workforce opportunities. Our mission is to prepare all students with the knowledge and skills to meet the needs of our local and global workforce. Our vision is for all students to be equipped to succeed in college, career, or military pathways upon graduation from Snyder High School. So when we're looking at P-TECH programs of study, like Ms. Pinkerton mentioned, we do have a QR code that you will have that will give you access to see all of these. And you will notice that on these particular ones, there will be a small P-TECH logo that indicates it is, in fact, one of our P-TECH programs of study. So if your child is interested in automotive, entrepreneurship, healthcare, which can lead you to medical assistant, phlebotomy, or pharmacy tech, law enforcement, oil and gas exploration and production, plant science, programming and software development, renewable energy, which is our drones, teaching and training, or welding, then they would be considered one of our P-TECH students. Now, one of the advantages of being a P-TECH student is any college courses, books, certifications that come with these programs are going to be covered by the school. So these will be at no cost to you or your student. Your student will be given an application if they choose one of these programs of study when they register for classes with our high school counselors. They will be bringing it home to you. We'll have it printed on green paper so as to hope that it doesn't get lost. We ask that you please fill it out with your child and get it back to the counselor, Ms. Falkenberry, at the junior high no later than February 26th. So as I mentioned, we have partnerships. We have partnerships in our community. We work with our workforce development for training for us, training for our teachers, and just meeting new people. With our businesses, we have intern sites. In the past, we have had automotive students who have interned in the local automotive shops. We have apprenticeship opportunities. We work with work-based learning to support job shadowing and field trips. Post-COVID, we will have more guest speakers on campus. And we also need help from you, the parents. We need your help to help support the students and help keep those expectations in line. Currently, our college partners are WTC, Texas Tech, and TSTC.
So when your student graduates high school, the bigger picture, the end result, is that we want every student to be what's called CCMR, College Career Military Ready. All of our students, by the time they graduate high school, our end goal is that they have had some sort of academic or CTE college dual credit, maybe even their associates, some sort of an industry-based certificate. We also would love for them, if they're college bound, to be TSI, ACT, or SAT college ready, and that is by meeting a certain score that is required by the college board to be college ready, or military enlistment. The one thing that we expect all of our students to complete, regardless of what their career or college path is after high school, is the capstone project. This capstone project is a project that is accumulated over the 4 years of high school of what that student has learned in their specific program of study. For example, in the welding program of study, students have built different things throughout their 4 years, and perhaps their senior year is their biggest project yet, and they will have a capstone showcase that will showcase that project, where they can discuss everything that they've learned about welding up until that point, and then also provide maybe a step up when they go out to their career and able to show like a portfolio of stuff that they have completed within their 4 years of high school. Another opportunity that your students have at Snyder High School is to participate in dual credit. We have some students that are in dual credit different classes because of their program of study specifically requires it. For example, the oil and gas certificate program does require dual credit from WTC. Or we have students that have decided from the beginning of their freshman year that they want to get their associates by the time they graduate high school. We also have a group of students that is just interested in taking some dual credit classes, perhaps their junior or senior year, to just get ahead of the game before they graduate high school. Whether your student falls into any of these three categories, the dual credit program is something that we've initiated at the high school, and we have grown over the last several years. We currently have 7 students that are going to be receiving their associates before they graduate high school, and next year we stand to possibly have 35 students that will get their associate's degree before graduating high school. If you think that your student is interested in dual credit, when the counselors visit with them next week, they need to make sure that they state that to the counselors along with the form that we'll discuss at the end of this video, so that that student can get the correct registration forms, which I usually color blue so they're easy to find and hard to lose. Another thing about dual credit that we really like to promote is our bridge camp. This is to help students come from the 8th grade into the 9th grade, and it is available to all students to also have that step up with things like the TSI test, or just having a little bit of fun, making relationships with Miss Rosas and myself, so that they have somebody that can help support them when they get to the high school. We do not have a date on that bridge camp just yet. Due to COVID, we hope that it doesn't have to be virtual this summer, but we're still working on those details. So when your student is visiting with the counselors next week, if they're interested in dual credit, please make sure that they let them know, and also on the form that we will discuss in just a moment.